Francoise Bettencourt Meyers' net worth is estimated to be $66.3 billion in 2021. Her family owns the cosmetics company L'Oreal, and when her mother Huiyan died, she inherited the L'Oreal fortune. Did you know that Francoise Bettencourt Meyers is a French billionaire heiress, Bible commentator, and expert on Jewish-Christian relations? Welcome back to The Grand Luxury. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. And they say that there is no limit to what women can achieve. Well, share your thoughts in the comments below and watch till the end to find out more about her and the other 9 women on today's list. According to Forbes, 244 of the world's 2,153 billionaires are women as of 2019. To become a powerful and wealthy leader in any industry, dedication, perseverance, and hard work are required. Women aspiring to positions of leadership can benefit from the experience and insights of a few successful female billionaires. Now, let's look at this top 10 list of the richest women according to Forbes at the time of making this video. Francoise Bettencourt Meyers and her family are at the top of this list, with a total net worth of $88.8 billion. Francoise Bettencourt Meyers is the world's richest woman and the granddaughter of L'Oreal's founder. Bettencourt Meyers and her family own approximately 33% of L'Oreal's stock. She has been on the board of L'Oreal since 1997 and is the chairwoman of the family holding company. When her mother, Huiyan Bettencourt, the world's richest woman at the time, died at the age of 94, she became France's reigning L'Oreal heiress. Bettencourt Meyers is also the president of her family's philanthropic foundation, promoting French progress in science and the arts. Following the April 2019 fire at Notre Dame Cathedral, L'Oreal and the Bettencourt Meyers family agreed to donate $226 million to repair it. Alice Walton, the chairman of the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, comes in second, with a real-time net worth of $63.5 billion. Alice Walton is Walmart founder Sam Walton's only daughter. Rather than working for Walmart like her brothers Rob and Jim, she is focused on curating art. In her hometown of Bentonville, Arkansas, she opened the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in 2011. Andy Warhol, Norman Rockwell, and Mark Rothko are among the artists represented at Crystal Bridges. In January 2020, she announced plans to open a holistic health institute in Bentonville, Arkansas, in response to America's broken healthcare system. MacKenzie Scott is the next richest person globally, with a real-world net worth of $57 billion. MacKenzie Scott is an author and the ex-wife of Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, whom she married for 25 years. They divorced in the middle of 2019. As part of the divorce settlement, Bezos transferred to Scott 25% of his Amazon stake, which amounted to 4% of the company. She signed the Giving Pledge in May 2019, shortly after announcing the terms of her divorce on Twitter. Scott and Bezos met in 1992 while working at the hedge fund D.E. Shaw. They married the following year and relocated to Seattle in 1994. Scott, who has written 2 novels, was a Princeton student and research assistant for Toni Morrison. In 2022, she announced a total gift of $5.8 billion to 500 nonprofits. In June 2021, Scott announced another $2.74 billion to 286 organizations. Julia Koch and her family have a real-world net worth of $51.9 billion. Julia Koch and her 3 children inherited a 42% stake in Koch Industries from her late husband, David, who died in August 2019 at the age of 79. Koch, who was born in Iowa, moved to New York City in the 1980s to work as an assistant to fashion designer Adolfo. She worked with many of his high-profile clients, including Nancy Reagan, the First Lady. Julia met David on a blind date in 1991. 6 months later, they ran into each other again, began dating, and married in 1996. She gave $10 million to Mount Sinai Medical Center and $10 million to Stanford Children's Hospital to study food allergies with her late husband. Next up, we have Jacqueline Mars, who has a real-world net worth of $30.6 billion. Returning to the list. Jacqueline Mars owns roughly 1/3 of Mars, the world's largest candy maker, which her grandfather founded. She worked for the company for nearly 20 years and was a member of the board of directors until 2016. Her son, Stephen Badger, serves on the board of directors of Mars. In addition, Mars is a member of the National Archives Board of Directors and previously served on the board of the Washington National Opera. Her late brother, Forrest Jr., owns an estimated third of Mars, as does her brother, John. 4 daughters own the remainder. Women made up 22.2% of the Fortune 500 company board members in 2017. This was the highest percentage since the Pew Research Center began collecting such information in 1995. In 2018, it was determined that 4.8% of CEOs in Fortune 500 companies were women, representing a decrease from the previous year. Despite this, studies show that women own 12.3 million businesses in the United States, with 47% of these business owners being women of color. In addition, these companies employed a total of 9.2 million people. Before revealing the second half of this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and share Grand Luxury to your friends. Susanne Klatten is also on this list. She now has a real-world net worth of $28.4 billion. Susanne Klatten owns 19.1% of BMW, while her brother, Stefan Quandt, owns 23.6%. Joanna, their late mother, was the third wife of legendary industrialist Herbert Quandt, who guided BMW to luxury market dominance. Klatten, an MBA economist, transformed her grandfather's Altana AG into a world-class pharmaceutical specialty chemical corporation. Klatten is the sole owner and deputy chair of Altana, with annual sales of more than $2.5 billion. She also has a stake in Entrust, a company specializing in digital identity and data security, and SGL Group, a producer of carbon and graphite. Miriam Adelson now has a real-world net worth of $26.8 billion. Miriam Adelson is the widow of Sheldon Adelson, the former CEO and chairman of Las Vegas Sands, who died in January 2021 at the age of 87. She now owns more than half of the $48 billion market capitalization gambling empire, which operates casinos in Las Vegas, Singapore, and Macau. Miriam and Sheldon Adelson, GOP megadonors, contributed $180 million to Republican campaigns and political action committees in 2020. She was born in Israel and went on to become a medical doctor specializing in addiction. She and Sheldon established the Sheldon G. Adelson Research Clinic in Las Vegas, treating people suffering from opioid use disorder. Yang Huiyan and her family from Country Garden Holdings are next in line, with a total net worth of $23.7 billion. Yang Huiyan owes 57% of real estate developer Country Garden Holdings, which her father, Yong Kwok Chong, transferred to her in 2007. Yang's younger sister, Ziyang, also serves on Country Garden's board of directors. In addition, Yang is the chairman of Bright Scholar Education Holdings, a Chinese educational firm that went public on the New York Stock Exchange in 2007. Yang Mirong, Yang's aunt, also owns a stake in Bright Scholar. Yang graduated from Ohio State University. Let's now discuss Gina Rinehart, the executive chairman of Hancock Prospecting, who has a real-time net worth of $21.9 billion. Gina Rinehart is Australia's wealthiest citizen, having amassed her fortune through the sale of iron ore. The daughter of prominent iron ore explorer Lan Hancock, Rinehart rebuilt her late father's financially troubled company, Hancock Prospecting. The Roy Hill mining project, which began shipments to Asia in 2015, accounts for most of her fortune. With a portfolio of properties spanning the country, the mining magnate is Australia's second-largest cattle producer. In 1992, Rinehart was appointed executive chairman of Hancock Prospecting. We now have Iris Fontbona and her family, who have a real-world net worth of $19 billion. Iris Fontbona is the widow of Andronico Luksic, a mining and beverage magnate who died of cancer in 2005. He left his business to Fontbona and their three sons, Jean-Paul, Andronico, and Guillermo Luksic, who died in 2013 at the age of 57 from lung cancer. Antofagasta plc, which owns copper mines in Chile and trades on the London Stock Exchange, is controlled by Fontbona and her children. Fontbona and her children also own a majority stake in Casino, a Chilean conglomerate interested in banking, beer, and manufacturing. Antofagasta's chairman is Jean-Paul Luksic, and Casino's chairman is Andronico Luksic. While these figures are encouraging, there are several significant challenges that women face in business leadership. Speaking up confidently, sharing their successes, requesting a pay rise or a higher starting salary, and trusting themselves and their voices are all examples. Alright guys, we're wrapping up today's video and we hope you enjoyed today's topic. Thanks for visiting our channel. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and check out more on the Grand Luxury channel. Until next time.